Here we go. Hi, y'all. Another spontaneous thoughts. And, ugh, I don't know why I cannot take the trouble to fix my hair before I get on here or whatever. I'll probably do another black and white filter on this thing. I listened to a very interesting conversation today. There's a really sweet woman named Rebecca, and she has this channel called The Bread of Life, and she is very sincere Christian lady who's trying to, you know, save the world like I used to try to do too, you know. I didn't have YouTube back then, but boy, I'd probably been doing the same thing she was doing. And she had a very interesting lady on who claimed to be a Satanist. She didn't strike me as a Satanist, not your stereotypical Satanist, you know. I mean, we've seen the movies. We watched I don't know if it's propaganda or the truth. They try to make us think about, what you think about Satanists, people in weird robes standing around a fire, chanting, doing weird stuff, okay? This woman was nothing like that. She didn't imply that she participated in anything like that. In fact, I was very struck at the ideas the woman had brought forth. Well, she spoke about the God within you in here, which I think you can tell from my last video. I pointed out the fact that, hey, Jesus taught us, or at least the story, because we don't know where this Bible came from, the story of Jesus that we have been taught since we were little kids, went to Sunday school and vacation Bible school and all that stuff down here in the South, that Jesus taught us the kingdom of heaven was within us. Well, this woman, supposed Satanist lady that professed to be a Satanist, basically said the same thing. God within. She talked about some gifts that she had, some spiritual gifts. Well, a whole lot of what she talked about was the same spiritual gifts that are reflected in chapter 12 of 1 Corinthians, where Paul talks about all your spiritual gifts, within the church. And if you're Pentecostal or Assembly of God, full gospel, what we call it, you Methodist and Baptist and Presbyterians might not be super familiar with it, but hey, us full gospel people, or I'm a formal full gospel people, but us full gospel people, we know about the gift of healings, the gift of faith, the gift of knowledge, the gift of wisdom, the gift of prophecy, the gift of interpretation of prophecy, the gift of discerning of spirits. I think there's 9 of them. I don't know what I've left out. There's faith, healing, knowledge, wisdom. Faith, healing, knowledge, wisdom. Oh, I forget them all. Either way, if y'all think about it, what's clairvoyance? What's claircognizance? There's some more clairs. The clairs. There's a lot of clairs that have to do with the psychic gifts and abilities. Think of Reiki. If you've heard of Reiki healing, which is people using their energy of their hands, their body, their touch to heal people. It's a real thing. People get healed. People practice this thing called Reiki. It's your energy. It's your human energy. Some people have the gift of being able to touch people and heal them. They're energy healers, energy workers, okay? What this lady talked about reflected those same gifts and abilities. Okay, now growing up as a Christian, I was taught, oh man, If you weren't doing it in church, that's of the devil. Well, thank God for the internet. Thank God for the internet, whoever God is. Old habits are hard to break, aren't they? Thank the person who invented the internet. Thank Al Gore. I made it funny. Y'all remember that, okay? Thank Al Gore, okay? If you don't thank him for anything else, thank him for the darn internet. Y'all young people won't even know what I'm talking about, but some of y'all people will. There is a spiritual world. There are beautiful, wonderful, loving people who understand our spiritual nature, our psychic abilities, our energy that runs throughout our body, this kingdom of God that's within us, okay? Your chakra system, your energy, the spirit. In Him we live and move and have our very being. It's a whole thing. It's a whole dang thing. You know, there's truths in the Bible. There's truths about what's wrote down in it. The problem is, it does not require blood sacrifice. It does not require you getting down on your knees and saying how awful a person you are, professing yourself to be this horrible sinner. No. What it requires is for you to recognize that you're a divine being. You're a divine being. You, all by yourself. You're in this physical world, and you have this beautiful spirit inside you. And you have gifts, and you have talents. You're not a horrible sinner. Okay? You're not. You're created in love, and you are capable of love, and you're capable of wonderful things. And don't let anybody, especially any Christian person, try to make you think otherwise. And I wish I had figured this out a whole lot earlier. I really do. I'm on a wonderful journey right now. I'm learning a lot of stuff. I have some really wonderful channels that I watch. I just discovered this really cool thing called human design. Well, that uses astrology and your energy centers in your body, the chakra. It's just very fascinating. Just look up human design. Google human design. To put it in YouTube, Google just a YouTube search, human design. It's absolutely fascinating. It is absolutely fascinating. I'm into learning astrology. There's a thing. I mean, the Bible is all about star myths. Look up Matheson Kohler. Caleri. I can't say it. You can look at my channel list. There's a channel called Matheson Corollary. MathesonCorollary, something like that. Corollary. And he has just done some wonderful research about myths. He calls them star myths because the constellations in the sky tell a story and about how the ancient people made up all these stories to explain things that were going around up in the heavens and energies and things that were working. And part of that is he's been able to pick out some of these star myths from the Bible, the actual Bible. It's very fascinating. It's all very fascinating. People say, well, what do you believe in now, Stephanie? You're not a Christian anymore. What do you believe in? Well, I'm not an atheist, that's for sure. I feel sorry for atheists. I'm sorry, I do. Like, y'all are just missing out. y'all are missing out on half of your existence just to say you're an atheist. It's very fascinating to just at least admit there's a spiritual world out there. It doesn't have to be Christian. It doesn't have to be Satanism. It doesn't have to be Muslim or Jew or anything. I mean, you don't have to have a religion to be spiritual. You don't have to be a witch. You don't have to be a warlock or a wizard. Spirituality is just that. Yes, it's really something you cannot escape. You are a spiritual being living in a physical body. It's just the way it is. That's what you are. Just allow yourself to at least investigate it. It's just all very fascinating. And I like the journey that I'm on. I like this journey, finding out that I don't have to feel bad about myself. I don't have to, I'm created and I have a certain human design. That's so cool. Y'all got to look that up. Look up human design. It helps you understand things about your personality. And can you imagine if you understood things about yourself and then the people that you're in close relationship with, and how much maybe hurt feelings or pain you could avoid if you just understood people better. Anyway, that's what I'm getting into right now, and it's really fascinating. And I do want to say thank you to Rebecca from Bread of Life channel. She's about the most open Christian, willing to talk about just about anything that I've ever seen. And she will take on just whatever. I admire her that she is able to do that. And she definitely shows love. So, thanks. Call out, shout out to Rebecca from Bread of Life. And I do really love another channel called Love Covered Life Podcast. Love Covered Life Podcast, and her name is Melissa Denise. And, well, you just have to check her out and see what she has to say. She talks to a lot of near-death people that's had the near-death experiences. And she has a lot to say about how she grew up in Christianity and how she's left it. She doesn't call herself a Christian anymore, but she hasn't totally abandoned, ideas about the Bible and that Jesus was a figure that's very important. But you just have to check her out. I don't want to put words in her mouth or anything. Anyway, that's my thoughts for tonight that I just had to get out there because, well, according to my human design, I'm a 3-5 profile. And I'm a 3-5 profile. I am a projector. I have emotional authority. What else? Well, that's enough for you to know about me right now. Well, thanks for listening. I'll talk to you later.